All right, we're continuing our wood turning. So what I've done so far is rough turned this down until it's mostly a cylindrical shape. I think there might be just one flat spot still on there. So now what we need to do is try and cut a lot finer and get a smoother cut. And the way we do that, same tool, same technique, however, you just take a lighter cut and you move across slower. So everything else remains the same, we're just slowing down and taking a finer cut to get a much smoother finish. The other thing that we do at this point is you get the set of calipers, you get the ruler, you set the calipers to the size that it is indicated on the plan. These are adjusted by turning the thumb screw there, you check it on the ruler, and you check against your project. So I'm at the correct size there, I'm a little bit loose there, so maybe my tool rest is a little bit crooked one way. So I'll just look over the top. It looks okay, it must be me. So let me demonstrate. And after I've done a nice smooth cut on here, we move our tool rest away and begin sanding. Okay, we're getting really fine shavings, so that should be giving a much smoother cut. And yeah, I can see already, I don't know whether you can see that in the video, but I've ended up with a much smoother finish. Just in regards to cutting, you want to try and make sure you're moving at a consistent speed. You don't want to be speeding up, slowing down, because that'll give you an inconsistent finish. So that's really nice and smooth there. Now, at this point, we move the tool rest out of the way and we can begin sanding. And what I'm going to do, I've cut myself a larger piece of sandpaper and I'm going to wrap it around a piece of wood, a nice flat and reasonably long piece of wood, and I'm going to sand like so with the machine running, with the aim of, if this is not flat, if we've got a little bit of up and down, the aim is to get this nice and flat. I just need to mention the dust extractor should be running. I haven't turned it on here just to minimise noise for this video, but normally the dust extractor is running the whole time. So it's sucking away your shavings, it'll suck away sawdust as well. I think you get the idea, but that's going to get nice and flat. So that was with the 80 grit paper. I can then move to the 120 grit. I'm just going to fold that over. We don't have to use the board again, the block of wood. We can just hold this in our hand. So wrap your hand over and keep the paper moving, don't sit still in one spot. Yeah, that's getting nice and smooth, I can tell. White paper next. You can probably see a fair bit of sawdust generated. You can see why you normally need the dust extractor going. lastly, we'll get the black paper. Now that feels super smooth. Yeah, that's really good. All right, at this point we are nearly finished, but we can get this smoother. There's a technique that we can use. There should be, yes. On your lathe, there's probably a box that's full of shavings. Doesn't really matter the type of shavings. Actually, it probably would have been better to use the same shavings that we've got, but I don't have much of it. Anyway, we'll get some sawdust in our hand. We've got to hold this fairly firmly, and we're going to hold this against our timber, and it'll polish the timber up, even shiny. You may be able to see the timber getting shinier along the top where the light's reflecting. We're holding that on there fairly tight. That's it. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's really nice and shiny. Looks pretty nice. So, that's the wood turning finished. We can remove this from the lathe, and the teacher can cut your discs for you, because he'll cut that on the table saw. So, unlock our lock nut there, unscrew the tailstock, give ourselves a bit of room, and we should be able to just pull that away from the spur centre. That's complete.